Hello, everybody. Jeremy is here again with another Captain Subpar toy review for all you fine folks out there. Today, we finally have another legacy item, the Legacy Falconzord, so we will be tearing into that in just a moment. Before I get to that, though, I do want to thank everybody out there who watched my last video. It was a very personal video. No toy reviews, no rants about TV shows, none of that nonsense. It was just a very personal story, and again, I have had some good response from it. A lot of really cool comments. If you haven't watched it, please take the time to go give it a look and let me know what you think. It really means a lot to me, and you know, just a very personal video. So, thanks again. Anyway, on to today's Legacy Falconzord. I'm going to tell you folks a story. Now, here's the thing. I know a lot of people nowadays, you know, with the computer, they go on to the Toys R Us website or the Amazon, whatever it is, for any sort of stuff like this, and they just buy it and get it shipped to them, and that's great, you know? I mean, I had to do that for Titanus because that thing never showed up in my store. But there's something about the hunt for toys that I still really, really love. So I hadn't been able to find this, and then this last Saturday, I did a 5K in Dearborn, which is like 2 hours to the east of here. And then on the way back, we stopped halfway through, and it was in the city that I'd never really been to. And I'm like, oh, snap, they got a Toys R Us. And it was one of those old Toys R Us's, you know, one of those that still had Jeffrey the giraffe on the outside, and it was very green outside instead of the more tannish, muted colors that they have in the stores nowadays. So I went in there, I went to the Power Rangers section, nothing. Disappointed. All I see is friggin' a million of those dino-charged sabers and that little tiny T-Rex little thing that turns into a battery, you know, whatever that, I don't know, all that nonsense. So I walk around the store, I'm like, oh, dang it. And then, you know, just taking one last look around, see if there's anything that catches my eye, you know, any of the more adult toys like the, you know, the movie stuff and the, you know, whatever, just taking a look around. And then on the way out, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to stop one more time. One more time in the Power Rangers area. I don't usually do that. There's no reason to. I already looked through it. And on the middle shelf, I'm like, oh, look at that. I saw there was a bunch of those Mix and More figures, but they were in front of something. I'm like, oh, what's behind it? Oh, it's the green Legacy boxes. It's like it's a Tiger Zord. And I look behind that. Oh, it's another Tiger Zord. And I look behind that, and bam! One and only one of these boys was sitting there at the back of the shelf. Maybe somebody else was trying to hide it, you know, for later. I don't know. If they did, you know, you're SOL. Because it's mine. It's my Falconzord. So yeah, it's fun, you know, to have that little rush of energy when you find the toy you're looking for. They had when you were a kid. I still get it sometimes, so it's fun. Just thought I'd give you that little story. Anyway, got the Legacy Falconzord here. Interesting that they use the movie art. Kind of odd, you know, because, like, I get the fact that the Falconzord and the Ninja Megazord debuted in the movie, but, like, it's not that weird see-through plastic from the movie, so why would you use the movie box? I mean, unless you just want to differentiate it. I don't know, but, and look at that. Look at that. They're taunting me. I want the Ninja Megazord. This goes back to, what I said before about stuff that I owned and didn't own. Like, I owned the Falconzord when I was a kid. It's cool. It's fine. And I had the Shogun Megazord, which is, you know, it's cool. It's fine. But I never had the Ninja Megazord. Never did. And I love the design of it. I love the fact, I think, that for once, the Red Ranger wasn't the focal point of the mecha. And now as a kid, you know, like, I didn't know what Kaku Ranger was. I didn't realize that the reason why Red wasn't the focal was because the crane belongs to the White Ranger because they have no Pink Ranger, and the White Ranger, who was a female in Kaku Ranger, again, these are just the alien Rangers, but that one was the kind of the leader. So, but again, it was cool. It's like, oh, Red's just an arm, you know, with the blue. So, you know, it was a fun design, and there's a freaking frog. I mean, you can't go wrong with a frog. It was a cool design. So, I can't wait for Legacy Ninja Megazord. Like, I care about Legacy Ninja Megazord more than I cared about the Thunder Megazord. Probably even more than I cared about the original Megazord. Like, I just love the Ninja Megazord. Call me weird. I don't know. Snap. And again, I mean, I guess this is their philosophy now. I think it's a little backwards, but like, I guess it's just release Tommy's stuff first is their idea now. Even though Tommy's stuff always connects to the main thing. So releasing the main thing first seems like it would make more sense. I don't know. I don't work for Bandai. Although I could, Bandai, you want to hire? You want to hire Jeremy? You know? That'd be cool. I'd be down. You know? I need a job. I need a job. Aha. Alright. Put that aside. Put the box over here for you fine folks. And let us look at the instructions. Legacy Falconzord. Here's what we got. Got the main thing, and then the wings attach. Which wasn't the case when you were a kid, because I believe the big thing with the Legacy Falconzord that is different from the original is that it has posable wings. Alright, I can already feel the heft. Very nice. You know, I don't have my original Falconzord here with me, but I would guess that this is like about the same size, if not maybe even a little smaller. I mean, it's pretty similar size. Let me see. The feet are just as posable as they were in the original, but they're metal, so that's where the heft is. And the wings, I can see that the actual feather part of it is is flexible. That was not the case on the original. So there we go. Have him sit there. And then I will bust these out. And let's see how it goes like this. Just snap them in. Very simple. Okay. Alright, so they snap in, but then they still can fold out like that. They can fold in a little bit. So it's definitely got some more cool posability there, which is very much appreciated. And let's see, what I notice is, you know, obviously they have the standard clips there to attach. See, the clip in the front and the clip on the back tells me that they definitely at least are willing or considering releasing the Shogun Megazord as well, because those clips are necessary to attach the blue arm and the pink/white arm, which will be interesting to see what they do, because again, for those who don't know, in the show, you know, the arm is white because again, there's no pink Ranger and Kaku Ranger. It's a white arm for the White Ranger. But in the show, they let the white and the pink Rangers share the Shogun Megazord, Zord, which again I thought was weird because Tommy still has the Falconzord that attaches to it. Like, get out of Kimberly and Catherine's cockpit, dude. Like, come on. And that's not a euphemism, but you know, get out of there. You know, what are you doing, punk? But yeah, and then on the toy, they decided to paint it pink, which was weird because, I mean, it's not even show accurate. Like, you didn't make it pink on the TV show, you just did it for the Zord. So that's very strange. And I don't know about you, but again, as a dumb kid, like, you know what I did? Like, you know, some people repaint their stuff to make it more show accurate or whatever. I tried to repaint it, but since I'm garbage with that sort of thing, I used friggin' white out. Yeah, I whited out my pink Shogun Zord to kind of look white. And it was as garbagey as you would assume it would be. Just a complete, just utter, just nonsense. Like, and even, I mean, what? That came out in like 95? So I would have been 11. I should have been smarter at 11. I should have been a smarter human being to do that. But I wasn't. Yeah. So that's it. You know, the tail's got the same posability. You know, got the one hinge. The mouth. Man, even as a kid, the mouth was always the hardest part to open. This mouth was always hard to open on this. Let me... Oh, wait, no. If I push the bottom... There it is. Okay, you gotta push the bottom. Yeah, and then the beak opens. So, I mean, I hate to say it, but I honestly have about as much to say about this toy as I do a friggin' Zyuohger Cube. Because... But this is even still more posable than a Zyuohger Cube. But, I mean, there's not a lot to the Falconzord. Never was. It's definitely more an attachment, you know, like just an auxiliary Zord than anything. But it looks freaking cool in the Shogun Megazord. That much is true. So, I mean, I think that's all I really got for you guys. The retail price for this, it was more originally, and like all Legacy items, they drop it a little bit. But $60. which is less than a regular Zord. I still think that's a little high because, again, there's so little to it. I think this should have been more like a $40 item. That would have been fine. And who knows? I could be, by the time this video comes out, they could agree with me and have dropped the price. Because, I mean, unfortunately, so much of that legacy stuff has eventually gone on clearance. But they're still making it, so, I mean, I'm happy. Very cool toy overall. Yeah, man, if you're willing to drop the money because you're a big fan of Season 3 and all the ninja stuff, go for it. Me, I always collect all the legacy stuff. Very cool item. And I think that's all I got for you guys on this one. I do have another JoJo review coming up soon. The Cube Gorilla is in the mail, so it should be here this week, so I will have that review for you as well. I'm sure there will be lots of anger, as usual, when it comes to JoJo. But that's all I got for you guys. Please, again, like the video, comment, subscribe, share it, let people know about it. Please, I would love it if you'd share the videos. Always, again, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That's down below. And that's it for now, guys. I will see you soon with another toy review.